I'm worried about Rhea Ripley, and in this video I'm going to tell you why I'm concerned and why you should be concerned if you're a Rhea Ripley fan, or just a WWE fan in general, because whether you like her, you don't, you support her, you hate her, you think she's underrated, overrated, or just fairly judged, Rhea Ripley is one of the biggest stars that WWE has under contract right now, and she is heading into a major match, something in which WWE, they've been building up for over the course of several months. It's something that has dominated the storyline and the segments on Monday Night Raw week in, week out, and has done so despite the fact that Rhea Ripley has been off of television due to an injury. Let's back it up for a minute. She had a dominant 2023 run, won the Women's Royal Rumble match, beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 39 to become the Women's Champion, defended the title countless times, week in, week out, live events, PLEs, TV, goes and is absolutely carrying the Raw Women's division. Fast forward 2024, she kicks it off with a bang. She headlines the Elimination Chamber PLE in her home country of Australia against all people Nia freaking Jax. She then proceeds to retain the championship over Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 40. Bayley, she won the women's championship that night against Io Sky. I have her on my mind. Now, she was supposed to go into a feud with Liv Morgan, as we all know. Well, she suffered an AC joint sprain in her shoulder, put her on the sidelines. She had to vacate the championship in her prime at the peak of her run as said champion. Now, what they've done, and you have to give WWE, you have to give Paul Triple H Levesque a ton of credit for doing so. They have consistently kept her in the loop, regardless of whether she was on TV or not. Her name was mentioned. Opening segments, closing segments throughout the show. And she was able to continue that feud with Liv Morgan. A feud, by the way, was only supposed to be a one-off match, right? Rhea was going to beat Liv. They have a ton of history. Now we have Rhea Ripley back on television. That is a great thing. Now we are going into SummerSlam. The company recently made it official. We are getting Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Women's World Championship on the line. Will Rhea get it done? Will Liv get it done? Who is going to come out on top? That is the storyline. That is the build. That is the angle of which WWE has been able to create. Can Rhea not only get her revenge on Liv, both because of her injury, but in addition to Liv trying to take away Dominic and causing a friction between Rhea and Dominic? It's actually been a quite fun storyline to follow. Now, if you look at where we're going, it's not always been a clear-cut thing, right? And that leads us to today's video, because if you consider everything that has gone on, there was a lot of doubt of whether or not Rhea was going to be able to even do this match. Now, PW Insider, they came out with a recent report, which I covered here on the channel, which was, look, the original plans called for Rhea to return at SummerSlam or 2 nights later on Monday Night Raw, and then do the match later on, because Rhea is currently not medically cleared to work. She pitched, no, let's not do that. Let me return. Let us do the match at SummerSlam. I will get cleared. Here's why I'm concerned. Here's why I think you should be concerned. I am concerned because she is rushing back from injury. Look, was it the most severe injury in the world? No. Could it have been? Yes. I think she got lucky. Now, if you recall when she first went down with the injury, it was reported she could have gotten either rehab or surgery. She opted to do the rehab because she didn't want to be out longer, because you have to heal up from the initial surgery, and then you have to let the joint, bone, whatever your issue is, in this case, a joint sprain, right, heal up. So we got lucky in that regard. And I understand, and I have pitched that this match has to take place at SummerSlam. It's too big of a match not to happen at SummerSlam. And I agree that it needs to happen at SummerSlam, because WWE, they've built up this match so much. SummerSlam is the summer version of WrestleMania in a lot of sense. That's what the company is building towards. But at the same time, I don't want it to be something that impacts Rhea going forward. Not only on a personal level, I don't want her to have any more pain that she's going to have, because wrestling is not ballet, and you're going to get injured, and you're going to have injuries, and you're going to have nicks and pains and stuff like that. But also, I don't want it to shorten her career, right? I don't want her to return so soon that we're losing years off her career if she would have just taken an extra month or two to heal up. I also think that because this is such a good storyline, it's carried Monday Night Raw in a lot of ways, or at least one of, if not the best storyline going on in WWE. I would say the Bloodline storyline is probably the best. Maybe CM Punk, Drew McIntyre takes the fold, but Rhea and Liv is definitely in that discussion. When we have this first match, because it is so important and because it sets the stage for this feud, I don't want that injury to impact Rhea, and I don't want it to impact her performance in the match, and I don't want the match to be impacted by the injury, right? Because in my eyes, and I think based off of interactions with you guys, it's been very, very clear, we need to have a long program. We need to have a 2 or 3 match feud, and you can span it across multiple months. I really do, because you can have the initial match, whatever kind of finish you want to have, and then that second match leads to another match, or it leads to another match with a step, and then you have the final conclusion, right? I could even see a situation where I've pitched this, I don't think Rhea should win that first match. I think Liv should go over. So you could have Liv go over in the first match, she barely squeaks it out. The second match, you could either have dominant screw Liv or Rhea, and then that third match you have some kind of stipulation, say a cage match or whatever. Perhaps Hell in a Cell, that would be, we know Hell in a Cell is returning in October. You have SummerSlam in August. You have a PLE, and off the top of my head, I can't think of it, in September, and then you have Hell in a Cell. So it could actually work out quite well with that. You could have Rhea win the title in the second match.
First of all,
right?
make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you are notified every single time we upload new wrestling content here to the channel. Also, if you would like to further support the channel and my family, please consider dropping some money on a membership, subscribing to that. You'll get additional content. There's a bunch of awesome perks out there, including members-only videos, which I highly recommend you go and check out. Also, if you are looking for some sweet pro wrestling merch, down in the description below, I have a link with some 2 sweet promo codes, including free shipping. All that information down in the description below. Thank you so much for changing my life, my family's life, and supporting the channel. And I will see y'all in the next video.